YouTube, how's it going? We're back with another 7-round NFL mock draft. This one is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have 8 picks in the upcoming draft. If you didn't already know, we're doing a fan-voted mock draft. There's always a link in the description. Go click that and vote for your teams or any team you want. We're going to keep on going with that, keep on going with these other free agency videos. But let's get into the Bucs. So, seen some mock drafts with them, with the Bucs either getting Bradley Chubb or Minkah Fitzpatrick. Most likely neither of those guys will be there. But if one of them is there, you expect the Bucs to take them. But in this scenario, I went with neither of them there to see something different, to try to figure out what they're going to do. And obviously their biggest need is pass rush. But after Bradley Chubb, it might be too early to take a pass rusher there. Maybe they trade back. They do need some more picks. They do have a huge need in any defensive back position, so they could trade back. But I went with the best player on the board. It also fills a need, and that is Derwin James, the safety from Florida State. I mean, if it wasn't for the injury, we could be arguing that this is the best player in the draft. So I don't think it slowed him down. I don't think it's gonna slow him down. Some people think it did, but I like Derwin James a lot. He has rare athletic ability. Reminds me a little bit of Jamal Adams from last year when I put on the tape. Kind of just wows in categories where he doesn't get, not really the turnovers, but just playmaking ability, reading plays, rare talent. So if he checks out in the next few months, clears injuries, this guy could maybe even go higher in this pick. So excellent player, starts right away. I know they drafted Justin Evans last year. Maybe they can pair Derwin James with him. So, I mean, I would agree with this pick. Best player on the board at the time. On to round 2, you get your pass rusher in Sam Hubbard, the defensive end from Ohio State. I think he can play, obviously, he'd play DN for them. Some talk him being a first-round player. Maybe won't test all that well at the combine, but still a great player, knows the game, great technique. So he will be a lock-in on round 2. Will not get past round 2. So the Buccaneers would love to have him and start right away. And again, they need pass rush help pretty badly. On to the next pick. It is a 3rd rounder. It's Holton Hill, the corner from Texas. Get another DB. This guy's a long corner, 6'3", makes great plays on the ball. Kind of got that range of rounds 2 to 4 right now. So obviously I think 3 is more fitting if he's there. Kind of a no-brainer. I already had him getting the safety. Now they get a corner. I think they need multiple, more than this, DBs. Their secondary is not so hot. Brent Grimes, free agent, getting old. I know pass rush needs an upgrade too, but you get pass rush and you get a secondary, the Buccaneers are back in position to be playoff contenders. So you got to do this. Might need more picks. On to the next pick, round 4, Royce Freeman, running back from Oregon. I see a big-time fit here. A guy that can go around 3 or 4. Good speed, good size. One of the top guys in elusive rating, breaking tackles, but if you watch the film, a lot of them is that Pac-12 arm tackling. Guy leaning over, just gets an arm in the way. He shoves him down, no problem. So we don't really know. It's gonna be a little tougher in the NFL, obviously. Am I doubting him? No. We just don't know. But I think he's got the speed and the size to be great in the NFL. He can be around 3, round 4, maybe round 2. Maybe pretty early, but there's so many running backs, you don't know the order they're going to come off of. I was deciding between John Kelly from Tennessee and Royce Freeman. I just think Royce Freeman's more of a fit. I can see him playing with Jameis Winston, so I would love Freeman on the Bucs. Maybe they got to take him in round 3, but this is best case scenario while being realistic. So Freeman would be an obvious choice in round 4. I don't know if they really need much offense besides running back. I was very surprised they passed on Dalvin Cook last year and late in the 1st round. But you got another chance here. The running back class last year was maybe one of the best of all time depth-wise. This year might have it beat. There's some really good guys you can get in this round 3 through 5 range that a lot of these guys could actually start day 1, I think. They're really good running backs, especially for today's NFL. So I like Royce Freeman a lot. I like a fit there for the Buccaneers. Makes sense. Next pick, round 5, Desmond Harrison, offensive lineman, West Georgia. Now he came from Texas, transferred out from Texas. Very athletic offensive lineman. Going to test well. He can get outside and block the more athletic defensive ends as a tackle, Desmond Harrison. So I like his athletic ability. He drops to here, maybe because doesn't have the right size. But I think getting into the strength program in the NFL, working with these with the right team here, a team like the Bucks, I think he's a future starter. He's been talked about a lot lately. You know, he's kind of been on the rise, but some people don't like him because he's, you know, you can see it by this picture. He's a little thin compared to the other guys, but great athletic ability. Some teams are going to fall in love with that. So I like him to the Bucks. For now, it would be O-line depth, but future starter. So I either like building the offensive lineman in free agency. If you're looking for starters now, I do not like going to get starters in the draft for offensive line. That's just my opinion. Unless you find a guy like Quentin Nelson, you have to use an early pick on a guy like that, Quentin Nelson or Orlando Brown. You got to use an early pick on that. I don't really like doing that unless you're pretty much balanced throughout the roster, and then you go ahead. But I like getting guys late that can develop in future starters, and I like guys in free agency. That's my take on O-lineman. Next pick, we got round 6, Darius Phillips, corner from Western Michigan. Another corner. I had them taking Holton Hill, Darius Phillips, two different style of corners. Again, Holton Hill's a longer guy, like 6'2", 6'3". Darius Phillips, under 6 foot. Now, if you look at the tape on this guy, look at his ball skills. When the ball's in the air, make him play pretty much in the passing game. He's probably a round 2 or 3 guy skill there. Maybe because he's under 6 foot. Guys like the 6 feet or higher guys, maybe round 4 at the latest. But then tackling is the issue. Can he make the big time tackles in the NFL? I think he has potential to do it. It just wasn't his best trait in college. That's what slides him down to round 6. Maybe as early as 5 because he made some great plays in the air. Really that 5 through 7 range. Now, why would they take a guy that may struggle at first at tackling? Well, I looked at Justin Evans from last year. Why I thought he wasn't, or why he wasn't a top pick. Some viewed him as maybe a first round pick, early second, but really he can come up and make the big hits, knows how to hit, but tackling was an issue, would miss open field tackles. So the Buccaneers were confident they can work with a guy like that, so why wouldn't they be confident to work with a guy like this? Tremendous upside here for Darius Phillips. Again, they need mass defensive backs, multiple corners. I'm a big believer in having multiple good corners that can play in a game. I think that's a need for every team, so why not draft a few in the draft if you need them? On to the next pick. It's another round 6. It's Sky Moore, linebacker from South Carolina. This guy isn't getting talked about enough. You know, great career at South Carolina, really known guy, so that's why it's surprising that he's not getting enough buzz. Excellent playmaker. I'm really trying to figure out what's wrong with this guy. Why is he known as a 6th or 7th rounder? Maybe 5th at the earliest, but I'm really trying to figure out why he's not getting enough buzz. Excellent player. Now the Buccaneers are pretty set at starting linebackers. They got 2 beasts in there with David and Alexander. So this guy could be a future guy to play alongside him, but right now it's going to be depth. They have great starting linebackers. They do not have the depth. The depth is not there. Seen some injuries. So here's some depth and a future starter, hopefully here. I really like Sky Moore. Very, very underrated day 3 sleeper for sure. So yeah, I like him. Round 7, Kentavious Street, defensive end, NC State. Here's another pass rusher that you need. A lot of upside with this guy. The whole NC State, 4 defensive linemen are going to get drafted in this draft. I'd be surprised if maybe one slides through. You always get those guys that surprisingly slide through, but I think all 4 will get drafted. Very good talent over there. I mean, chances are not all 4 will be good. I know maybe somebody's making the other guys look better. Bradley Chubb's obviously the best one. This one might be the last one off the board, Kentavious Street, but maybe not. He will test well. This guy's an athletic freak. He just needs some work on his technique coming off the edge. I think a lot of teams have the ability to work with him there. So, I mean, Tampa's been a bad pass rush team, but I don't think it's any coaching or anything like that. I think they just need more talent. They obviously had some injuries too. So get Street in there. He's a future guy with a lot of upside. He's going to test well, so maybe come draft time he goes a lot earlier in this, but right now, 6'7" range. Mainly, he's a draftable guy because we know his athletic ability, but the potential's there. Get him in there, work with him. Again, huge ceiling for him. So, again, I think the Bucs should maybe move around a little bit, gain some more picks because they need multiple defensive backs. They need multiple pass rushers. They do need a running back. Offensive line depth, maybe future starters there, but you do have free agency. They do have a lot of money in free agency, so they're in a spot to do something good, I think. Fill your needs in free agency. If maybe like I said, if Bradley, Chubb, or Minkah Fitzpatrick, or somehow Saquon, you're thinking Saquon Barkley might be there. Maybe all those guys are taken, and maybe you can trade back, get some more picks, or maybe a QB needy team that wants to come up. We'll see. So they can gain more picks. They can do well in free agency with the cap space. So the Buccaneers could really turn this thing around in one offseason. They really could. Going down their depth chart, it was pretty bad looking at their secondary, and obviously we know their pass rush abilities were bad. But they, even though how bad it looks right now, before free agency, they could really turn around because the offense is there. They got some really good playmakers on defense. That those linebackers are very good. So they're just some pieces away here, and you got 2 opportunities: free agent and draft. So good position. They're sitting in a good position to be bad, right? To have after a bad season, I should say. Not automatically saying they're going to be bad, but after a bad season, they're actually sitting in a good position. So that'll do it for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers mock. Next up is the Bears. We're going to keep ripping through these in draft order. Then we're going to go with the teams without a first-round pick. Was that Chiefs and Texans? Also doing free agency breakdown prediction videos. Got those coming out like crazy, so check those out. Plenty of more mock drafts. So that'll do it. Please like and subscribe. Go vote for the fan-voted mock draft. More to come on that. We're going to keep ripping through that as well. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.